So you guys have seen a lot from Sunny Hostin lately from The View. She's had some pretty weird takes. One recently, I believe JB covered the story about her comparing January 6th to slavery. She's all over the damn place. But now it appears that Sunny and the fam may be in some sort of trouble. There is a lawsuit that has headed their way. And I do want to start with this clip first, just to give you a reminder of there was something that she said on The View. And a lot of people are bringing this right back around now because of that lawsuit. Sunny Hostin's husband has been named in a massive insurance fraud RICO case. Watch Hostin implicates her husband in such a scheme. So we're going to say allegedly, and this is the clip that they are referring to. Pay very close attention.
Wait, hold on. Let Sunny get in here.
I mean, I agree with mostly everything that's been said. I mean, we know that, only about 31% of Americans trust our healthcare system. We have a terrible healthcare system. And doctors suffer because of big corporations as well. Doctors that want to do good, like my husband, operates on someone even though they don't have insurance, and then has to sue health insurance companies to get.
Let's go back.
Only about 31% of Americans trust our healthcare system. We have a terrible healthcare system. And doctors suffer because of big corporations as well. Doctors that want to do good, like my husband, operates on someone even though they don't have insurance, and then has to sue health insurance companies to get paid for the work that he's been trained his whole life to do. So there are a lot of problems with it. But the notion that we are in a violent country, this country was built on violence. We're a very violent country. And it's just undeniable that that's the case. And so I'm not, unfortunately, surprised that people are celebrating the use of violence. I'm not surprised that this young man thought that change could be accomplished through violence. 1 in 4 Americans say violence against government sometimes is justified. And today, in 2024, 1 in 10 Americans say violence is justified right now against corporations and government.
It's very scary.
Those are just.
And even though I don't think he might change.
So did everybody catch what she said there? Because whoever remembered this clip, like I remember covering that, but whoever posted this on X, and a lot of people have shared it. What she said in this clip was that her husband, who's, I guess, trying to do good in the medical industry, operates on patients without insurance and then has to end up suing the insurance company. So people are now bringing this back around again because of this new lawsuit. And I told you guys, again, I don't know if 2025 is just going to be the year for lawsuits. We're not even halfway through January. This is the second lawsuit this year. Second one that I am covering that I know about. Because this came out just the other day. It says The View co-host Sunny Hostin's surgeon husband, Emmanuel, is accused of insurance fraud in a bombshell lawsuit. For those who are not aware, insurance fraud is a big deal. I believe this can be considered a felony from what I understand. This is not like a whoopsie, I messed up and you get a slap on the wrist misdemeanor. No, this is a big deal. So let's continue on with this here. The longtime husband of The View co-host Sunny Hostin is starting the new year under a cloud after being accused of federal insurance fraud. Orthopedic surgeon Dr. Emmanuel Manny Hostin is among nearly 200 defendants named in one of the largest RICO cases ever filed in New York. So this is RICO. So remember how they went after Trump with the RICO case? And now they're going after Sunny's husband with a RICO case. Remember how Sunny spoke out in support of the RICO case against Donald Trump. Now, I checked The View. I have not seen a statement from Sunny Hostin about this yet. But now it's like in a similar situation, this time a member of her family is a part of a RICO case. So let's continue. And don't forget, Sunny was a prosecutor. Don't forget about that. So let's go on. Cloudness said RICO on your ass. Oh my God. Oh boy. Let's continue. It goes on to say he and many others are accused of getting kickbacks by performing surgery and fraudulently billing a company that insures taxi companies and Uber and Lyft drivers. We are going to highlight this here. Getting kickbacks by performing surgery and fraudulently billing a company that insures taxi companies and Uber and Lyft drivers. Now, let's go back to what she said.
That, only about 31% of Americans trust our healthcare system. We have a terrible healthcare system. And, doctors suffer because of big corporations as well. Doctors that want to do good, like my husband, operates on someone even though they don't have insurance, and then has to sue health insurance companies to get paid for the work that he's been trained his whole life to do.
So that statement right there could be used against him. So let's go back to the article because there's more. Let's pull this up here. It goes on to say that Hostin knowingly provided fraudulent medical and other healthcare services, including arthroscopic surgeries. The lawsuit filed on December 17th. So it was filed on December 17th and news about it came out this year. The insurance firm American Transit was then billed in exchange for kickbacks and/or other compensation, which were disguised as dividends or other cash distributions. Hostin's attorney, Daniel Thwaites, told thedailymail.com his client denies each and every allegation and called the lawsuit a blanket, scattershot, meritless lawsuit by a near bankrupt insurance carrier. Okay, that's fine. He's going to defend his client. But again, go back to what Sonny said on The View. Oh, buddy, this is ain't no fun when RICO can't have none. This is not good. Yeah, I know. This is, oh my God. So I believe this is Emmanuel and there's Sonny with him there. So it goes on to say, and for her case, I hope that this isn't true because it would be pretty damning. And then I don't know how The View would handle this, if they would continue to keep her on the show, if she would want to stay on the show. And I think this is when they went to visit her house. I remember one time they did a story about her and her family. They went to the house and all that kind of jazz and stuff like that. So let's go on to the rest of this here. It is meant to intimidate and harass doctors from collecting for care given to American Transit insureds and their passengers. This is his lawyer still speaking. He said Hostin has an impeccable record, adding American Transit has rushed into the lawsuit without ever conducting an examination of Dr. Hostin or expressing any concerns to his lawyers. The real story here is about an insurance carrier abusing the legal system to limit and restrict healthcare benefits to its insureds and their passengers and write off its proper obligations. So we got another insurance issue this year as well. Sonny Hostin, 56, has been married to the doctor for nearly quarter of a century. They tied the knot in 1998, have 2 kids, and they live in a palatial 10-bed, 10-bath estate in Purchase, New York. Can you imagine this? 10-bedroom, 10 bathrooms. I told you the women on The View are loaded. I told you they were paying them like millions of dollars. Like they make a lot of money, honey. Now, do you expect Sonny Hostin to understand like why some of the working class people didn't want to support the Democratic Party anymore? No. 10 beds and 10 bathrooms. Why do you need 10 bathrooms? Okie dokie. He goes on to say here, Sonny is a lawyer and a former prosecutor, is a senior legal correspondent and analyst for ABC News, as well as co-host for The View. And you can see here is part of the lawsuit here. And it says the surgical orthopedic providers purportedly performing Arthroscopic procedures at, by, or through Surgical ASC include, but are not limited to, defendants. And of course, there's Hostin listed right there, highlighted in yellow. It goes on to list them here, their names as well. They're the surgical orthopedist, the professional entity, the associated surgical ASCs. And you'll also see his name is listed here, Emmanuel Hostin, MD. So they do list part of the lawsuit. It goes on to say, this part's kind of important because when they mention him, they say defendant Emmanuel Hostin is a natural person residing in the state of New York, was licensed to practice medicine in the state of New York on or about August 6, 2002, under license number 225878, and is listed with the New York State Department Education as the record owner of Hostin Orthopedics. So this is his business. He owns it. He owns Hostin's Orthopedics. So that is his specialty. From what I'm understanding from this article here, it says public records indicate that since approximately 2016, Hostin has had approximately 1.0750 to 1.98884% ownership interest in Empire State ASC, and continues to have ownership interest in Empire State ASC. So this is very interesting, folks. I mean, it says here, defendant Hostin Orthopedics and Sports Medicine PC, Hostin Orthopedics, was incorporated February 14th, 2006. So that's another. And then it says that Hostin is the record owner. So once again, so it's not like he's working for said hospital, et cetera, which he could also do that on the side. I don't know, but he does own this business. It goes on to say here, in the suit that is filed in federal court in Brooklyn, Dr. Hostin, 54, is named as the owner of Hostin Orthopedics, working out of an 8-floor office on Lexington Avenue, close to Manhattan's Grand Central Terminal. American Transit claims rampant insurance fraud is endemic in New York State thanks to its no-fault law, under which insurers must pay up to $50,000 for medical expense for people injured in road accidents. These substantial possible no-fault recoveries can incentivize providers with ill intent to overdiagnose, overtreat, and overbill to recover the most money for themselves. Interesting. So the no-fault law is a problem. I don't agree with it. You see here how they say that doctors can take advantage of it. I don't agree with it at all. The law was introduced in 1974 in the wake of rapidly using automobile insurance costs, and when accident victims were experiencing long delays in compensation. So the law was introduced in 1974 in the wake of rapidly rising automobile insurance costs and when accident victims were experiencing long delays in compensation. So I don't know, guys. Again, it's allegedly, but right now it doesn't look too good. I don't know. What do you guys think? Here's an example. It says the insurance company claims that Hostin was given an investment interest in Empire State Ambulatory Surgical Center in exchange for referring a steady stream of patients. Empire State ASC issued regular payments to or for the benefit of Hostin, which in fact were illegal kickbacks for referrals, the court papers claim. Guys, I highly doubt that they would have all of this wrong. They probably made sure that they went through as much evidence as possible to have these examples listed in the lawsuit and to obviously have him listed as one of the defendants. But they're talking about kickbacks here. It goes on to say, as examples, the insurance company claims that Hostin, who is affiliated with several top New York hospitals, including Mount Sinai and Lenox Hill, saw two patients in January 2023 who were involved in low impact collisions. Oh boy, that should have caused no more than soft tissue injuries. Oh my God. You guys, I was just thinking about those lawyers that you see on TV, the injury lawyers, like, need a lawyer, hurt your neck, hurt your back, call Steve. Or you guys know what I'm talking about. Remember, like, Better Call Saul? Got a problem? Better call Saul. And we always like would make fun of like those lawyers, the injury lawyers, because we're just like, these guys they're just trying to make money. Like, they're just trying to make money. So if you ever saw the show Better Call Saul, remember one of the things at one point, like he does, he's like, oh, does your neck hurt? No. Oh, now it does. Put this on your neck. It looks better. Put this cast around your neck. It looks better. Right. So this is what this is reminding me of at this point. This is interesting. And it goes on to say, oh, and you know what else? I just remembered something. Remember when Kamala was running for president, Sonny said that both her and her husband are a part of Greek life. Her husband was in a fraternity, Black fraternity, and she was in AKA. I forget the name of his fraternity, but she was in AKA. And so just think about that. Like, they are in an elite bubble. They're a part of like the Black Boule bubble. And so I'm wondering what people in that circle may think about this particular case. Because this isn't a hush thing. Like, I've already seen this online. People are already talking about it. So I'm wondering how those people, what they're saying, you know what I mean? Yes, Anton, the Divine Nine. Exactly. I wonder, what are the AKAs talking about right now? What is it? Fred said pinkies up. What are they saying? What is happening? Oh my God. And of course, there's a picture of them on The View there. I mean, this is just, man, pop me kettle. It says in both cases, Hostin is said to have performed arthroscopic surgery with 2 months without seeing if the patients would have recovered through more conservative care. William Notboni, an attorney for American Transit, told the Daily Mail, no fault fraud is a huge problem in New York. Oh my God. This isn't good. Guys, this is so bad. So this is a RICO case. So Sonny Hostin, the hubby, he is caught up in a RICO situation. And I'm just thinking about all the things that Sonny said about Donald Trump in his RICO suit. Now she finds herself in a similar situation. Now, people are pointing fingers and they're saying, well, she probably knew all of this. Not necessarily. I mean, she doesn't work there. She doesn't do his job. I believe he probably did all this on his own. I don't believe she knew about this. If she did know about it, I don't think she would have made the statement that she made on The View, right? I think she would have been more hush, but I don't think she knew about this. But he allegedly has done this according to the lawsuit, and we'll have to wait and see what happens, what comes of this. But again, this is kind of like karma again. And that has been the theme of 2025 so far. That's what it seems like. This is karma all over again, ladies and gentlemen, where once again, you're starting to see how quickly we were to point fingers at someone else who was in a legal situation. And then you find yourself being in a similar situation. Hey guys, this was a Sabby clip. If you like what you saw, hit that like button and subscribe.